All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm Mitchell Brownstein, the mayor of Côte Saint-Luc. I have with me city councillors Dita Burku, Mike Cohen, Cindy Benizri, and the councillor of the district, Mitch Kajavsky. I also have former city councillor Allan J. Levine and former mayor Robert Libman. I'm very, very honored and pleased to be here with Allan Levine and Mitch Kajavsky because those were the two guys. This is their district. And Allan Levine always advocated for a renovated Kirwan Park. It was the center of our city. This was the park where in 1967, for the 100th anniversary of Federation, there was thousands of people that marched through the streets of Côte Saint-Luc and ended up at this park. It's the place where Joey Elias ran his Grand Slam Baseball League for many years. Johnny Elias ran his Grand Slam Baseball League for many, many years. And many members of the Expo showed up to play with the kids. There's a lot of history in this park. And we're very, very pleased today to be here to inaugurate this wonderful renovation. Included in the renovation we received, it was a $7 million renovation, $2 million from the federal government, $2 million from the provincial government, and $3 million from the city of Côte Saint-Luc. And the project includes, and I want to thank, of course, Anthony Housefather and Elizabeth Prassen and her predecessor, David Birnbaum, for getting us that money to enable us to renovate this park. The park has a new playground for 2 to 5-year-olds, an upgraded playground for 6 to 12-year-olds, new water games, and a new athletic track, exercise equipment, a walking path with new lighting surrounding the entire park, new universally accessible main chalet with a second bathroom block in the back near the Allan J. Levine playground, a new ice rink, upgraded basketball courts, and an outdoor dance floor. From 1923 to 1973, Edward Kirwan was a city councillor. And this park before then was named Wentworth Park, but it was renamed in 1976 after the councillor Edward Kirwan. I want to read something that was sent from Edward Kirwan's family. Some comments from his grandchildren. They send this for me to read, so I'd like to read that now. It says the following. Our grandfather, Ed Kirwan, was only 5 years old when his father died in 1899. He was sent to college Notre Dame, where he was educated in French. Reading, writing, arithmetic, and religion were mandatory, but it soon became apparent that Edward Kirwan's passion in life was sports, especially baseball. In fact, he was the star pitcher for the Montreal Monarchs in 1916. He became the first English-speaking alderman in Côte Saint-Luc in the early 1930s because he was completely at home in both languages. He devoted hours of patience and work to provide the young people with facilities to play baseball and hockey. In 1935 and 36, in the field behind one of the homes on Wolseley Avenue, our grandfather, with the help of other interested people, created the first usable playing field for softball in Côte Saint-Luc. Alderman Kirwan loved kids, and he loved sports. It was his pleasure to see young children using the facilities instead of hanging out in parks or on street corners. He sponsored the Golden Boys in slow pitch and the Can Keys in the Little League. Any softball team that needed equipment would call on Mr. Ed, as he was known in those days. I know our grandfather, Edward James Kirwan, would be honored and delighted with the ongoing investment in these park facilities and look forward to seeing them ourselves on our next time in Montreal. Janice Cullen, Jill Kirwan, and Joanne Kirwan-Clark. And as you see, we have a plaque here, a wonderful plaque in honor of Edward J. Kirwan. So do we want to play the sound? We're going to listen, before I thank a bunch of people that I would like to, we'll play a little sound bite from Anthony Housefather and Liz Prass.
Hi folks, I wish I could be there with you today, but I am in Ottawa. Unfortunately, the House is sitting. But Kirwan Park, the grand reopening, it's a great day. I am really happy that the federal government was able to give almost $2 million to this project because Kirwan needed renovation for a long time. When I was mayor, I heard over and over again from the residents of District 5 and the residents of all of this part of Western Côte Saint-Luc that Kirwan was its crown jewel and needed to be renovated. The idea that we would redo the baseball diamonds, rebuild the chalet, redo the pass, have all new playground equipment, install a bike track. There's so many different things here that make Kirwan a great park. And now our current council, led by Mayor Brownstein and all of the members of council, and what a fantastic staff, have brought the park back into a state that can make us all proud. C'est très, très, très important qu'on comprend aussi que les enfants de l'Ami de Monde, l'école qui est juste à travers la rue, utilisent ce parc presque chaque jour durant l'année scolaire. Et ça, c'est quelque chose aussi d'importance pour ce parc. C'est un parc qui est un parc d'attraction. Les gens viennent ici d'ailleurs. For those who are part of the Jewish community, I wish you a happy and healthy New Year, and I look forward to being with you next time.
Hello. I'm sorry that I cannot be present with you all today, as I am sitting in Quebec City for a parliamentary session. As the MNA for Darcy McGee, and having grown up in Côte Saint-Luc, I want to first thank and congratulate the city for the work that they have done and continue to do to make Côte Saint-Luc such a great place to live, and for the work that they have done over the last few years to revitalize this important park for the community. The federal and provincial investments of almost $4 million that brought us here today will once again create a space for the residents of Côte Saint-Luc that speaks to kids, teens, adults, and seniors. This investment has revitalized Kirwan Park not only for those who will use it in the summer for its playgrounds, water games, and athletic tracks, but also for winter activities like the new ice rink. Today we stand at the threshold of a new chapter in our community, a chapter that celebrates nature, fosters connections, and promotes well-being. This park is a statement to our collective vision, a vision that recognizes the importance of green spaces in our lives. Parks are not merely patches of grass. They are sanctuaries where families create memories, where friends gather to share laughter, and where children can run freely, their giggles mingling with the songs of birds. This park represents more than just a physical space. It is a commitment to the health and well-being of our community. In an age where we often find ourselves lost in the hustle and bustle of daily life, this park will offer us a chance to reconnect with nature and with one another. Here we can breathe deeply, reflect, and rejuvenate. I encourage each of you to explore the trails, enjoy the playgrounds, have picnics on the lawns, and participate in the many programs and activities that will be hosted here. Let this park be a canvas for creativity and a backdrop for countless memories to be made. May Kirwan Park continue to be a place of joy, peace, and inspiration for all who will enter. Together, let us celebrate the beauty of our community and the spirit of togetherness that binds us all. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was in the chalet before, and I welcome you all to go in there and have a snack after. And there were a bunch of kids having some food, and I was talking to them, and they were from, I said, where are you from? You're Côte Saint-Luc. Yeah, we're from Emerald, we're from Smart, we're from the area, and we're using the park. So I said, oh, I'm Mitch, and I told them who I was, and they said, oh, wow, great, nice to meet you. But it's really nice to see. That's what we want. You know, we want the kids to use the park. That's why we did it. So it's really great to see them here. We could see, I drove by the Allan Levine playground. It's packed. I see the basketball being well used, and that's what we really want. I also want to acknowledge Stephen Early, who's now with us. Thanks for being here, Stephen. I think I got everybody else. The people who worked on this park all deserve great thanks. Of course, our general management, Parks and Recreation, Public Works, Urban Development, Purchasing, Public, Safety, Finance, and Communications were all involved. It was a big project that required all our departments to work on in order to have a successful result. There's also Christine Latreille, who runs the Stroller Mom website, and Tamar Hertz. The public who attended 2 public consultations, and the project manager of our outside consultant, Gerald Pau. The project manager in our engineering division, Marianne Zazal, the contractor Les Entreprises Ventec, and from McGill University, School of Physical and Occupational Therapy, Dr. Menosh Movahed and Dr. Kiko Shikako Thomas. They prepared a report on accessible choice of equipment. Of course, Cornelia Ziga, our Director of Parks and Rec, who helped select the equipment at the park. The artist of the art sculptures, Michel de Bruin of Atelier MDB. The City Council approved the project, including District Councillor Mitch Gadafsky, who advocated for it, and his predecessor, Allan J. Levine. And our MP and M&As, past and present. Really, it was great having you all here today. I hope you enjoy this park for many years to come. J'espère qu'on va utiliser cette parc avec vos amis, avec vos familles. C'est un parc fantastique. C'était le parc central de la ville de Côte Saint-Luc avant le parc Trudeau. Maintenant, on a 2 grands parcs à Côte Saint-Luc et j'espère que tout le monde peut les utiliser tous les jours avec vos familles, avec vos amis. Et avant de fermer cette cérémonie, je vais donner la parole à Mitch Gadafsky, le conseiller qui était responsable pour ce district. Mitch, come on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, I say that so often. I'll be very brief. Those who need to be thanked, I'm not going to repeat it because you absolutely know who you are. It can't be understated the amount of time that goes into this. You don't realize it until you're in these shoes, and Allan knows very well. The hours upon hours of debate and arguing in a nice way, and meetings for deciding on a piece of art, which were, I can't even get into it, like dozens and dozens of hours and meetings with the government. I am just happy for the neighborhood because I remember what this place was before the renovation and the container, and it dragged on for a very long time. And for that, of course, I retroactively apologize. But I'm just very happy for the city. I'm happy for the neighborhood that we have this beautiful space that is going to evolve through time. We're going to continue to listen to the neighbors as this area evolves, and we'll be changing and adapting. We talk about an ice rink, and people are probably wondering, where's that ice rink? The ice rink is going to be on the basketball court this winter. So we're going to do it with snowbanks, and we're going to have public skating out here. So, I mean, that's really it. I'm happy for the neighborhood. I'm happy for everyone here. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the park. All parts of it, including the playground, the Allan J. Levine playground down the way. Thank you.